Today, I'm going to take you through the steps for the new way to submit support hours. This update enables important improvements in how you track and submit your support hours and notes. Let's start off with why we made this change before heading into how to submit hours and what to do if a client rejects a service. Starting November 1, 2025, the new Aged Care Funding Scheme Support at Home will bring changes for support workers and people who receive aged care funding. One such change is the requirement to list each service you provided in a session with a client, so that your client's personal contributions can be calculated accurately. This change aligns with the newly defined service types, which are slightly different from those under the existing Home Care Package program. You can see on the screen the new contribution categories: clinical supports, independence, and everyday living. You can also see the contribution levels that each category has. The contribution amount for each service type is determined by a person's pension status. For example, a full pensioner will contribute 5% towards the cost of independence services, while someone who is self-funded without a Commonwealth Seniors Health Card will contribute 50%. As a result of these changes, the current system of providing a description of services with your support notes does not meet these new government requirements. Additionally, we understand that you often provide multiple services in one session, which may have different rates. So, to ensure that your invoices align with the new Support at Home requirements and allow you to charge multiple rates within a session, we've updated our system to allow you to specify what services you provided and for how long in the session. How to add multiple services. You can add multiple services through either the desktop or mobile app version of your dashboard. In this video, we'll go through the step-by-step process for using the mobile app. After checking out of a session, you'll be prompted to confirm your service and add your support notes. To submit hours, select Confirm Services and Rates. Select Choose Service. If your agreement with a client lists only one service, the system will automatically add that service for you. However, if you provide multiple services to a client, you'll need to select the specific service from the drop-down menu you provided first. For the first service, which in this example is social support, you'll notice that the start date, start time, end date, and end time are automatically filled based on your check-in and check-out times. You can easily adjust the end time by clicking into the hours, minutes, and AM/PM boxes. In this example, social support was provided from 9 to 10 AM, but the end time for the service is 11 AM, so we simply click into the hours box under the end time heading and adjust the time to 10 AM. For quick adjustments, you can use the -15 minutes and +15 minutes buttons to shorten or extend the time in 15-minute increments. In the Choose Rate section, select the hourly rate from the list of agreed-upon rates for your client. As this service took place on a Tuesday, we selected the weekday daytime rate, Everyday Support. Make sure you select the correct rate for the service you're providing, as selecting the wrong rate may result in rejected hours. If travel rates are included in your client agreement, you can add the travel distance for this service to calculate your travel rates in the section Travel. If you only travelled once in the session, you only need to add it to a single session. If travel occurred multiple times in the session, you can add it to multiple services or calculate the total distance you travelled and add that total to one session. In the example, we travelled 10 kilometres with the client, so we entered 10 into the box. Once you've entered your travel information, the subtotal for this service will be displayed under the Travel section. If you provided multiple services in one session, you can select Add another service provided to add the next service. In our example, we provided 2 services: social support and domestic assistance. Follow the same steps as the first service and enter domestic assistance into the service type and check that the time and rate type are correct. Note that the start time is automatically filled based on the end time of your previous service. If you provided only one service for this session, you can now add your support notes and select whether you need to report an incident as per usual. In our example, you can see an unpaid break. This is automatically added when there is a break between the end time of one service and the start of the next. Once you've added all your services, completed your support notes, and indicated any incidents, you can select Check Out and Submit to submit your support hours. Multiple services for disability clients. While this update is mandatory for aged care clients with a Support at Home package, it is optional for NDIS and privately paying clients. We recommend that you talk to your disability and privately paying clients about whether they would be interested in using the new system. You can let them know that the update allows for more accurate support hours and rates, meaning that there is a lower chance of support hour rejections. But it is optional, so you can continue to invoice as normal if they prefer. It can also be helpful when you charge different rates for the same service. For example, if you're providing overnight support that goes into the morning, you might need to charge 2 different rates for that one session. There may be times when a client rejects support hours. When clients reject support hours, they might reject individual services or entire sessions. The good news is that if they approve some services while rejecting others, payment will still be processed for the approved services. Common reasons for rejection include incorrect times or dates, wrong services selected, incorrect rates applied. Clients do not need to provide a reason for rejecting support hours. When this happens, you can make changes to the rejected services and session immediately. However, we recommend contacting your client first to confirm what changes you plan to make before resubmitting the support hours. How to resubmit support hours. When hours are rejected, your dashboard will display a notification alerting you to review the rejected services. You can also review your support hours in the Support Hours tab. Rejected hours will have a Services Rejected badge. In the example on the screen, there have been 1 out of 3 services rejected. Select Resubmit Rejected Services to review the details for each service you provided in the submitted support hours. Select Resubmit under the rejected service to review your submission and make adjustments. You can change the service type, start date, start time, end date, and end time. In the example on the screen, the service was rejected because the finish time was recorded 20 minutes later than the actual service delivery. To update this, simply click into the time field and enter the correct finish time. Once you've made the necessary changes, select Confirm Changes. After resubmission, you'll see a Resubmitted badge on the initial service. The details in the updated section will be crossed out, and the updated services will be below. Select Submit to send the updated services to your client for review. If they accept the change, the status will change to Invoice Pending. There may be times when you want to submit support hours in the days following a session or for a session that was not planned in advance. You can do this in the app by selecting Sessions in the bottom menu. To add hours for a planned session, select Add Support Hours, located under the session details. You can then follow the same steps to submit support hours that were shown in the previous example. Thanks for taking the time to find out more about the new way to submit your support hours. This update is part of our ongoing efforts to help you stay confident and compliant with support at home requirements, as well as continuing to improve your ability to accurately log and charge for your support sessions. If you have any questions about the new system, contact the Mable team through our website at mable.com.au/contact-us.